This wedding was an assignment for my Religion 2 class in Catholic.
This one's wife. Paltrow trolls this one's wife again. Hello, I'm HG Tudor. I think it's fair to say that this one's wife is painted black by Gwyneth Paltrow. Paltrow, a far more successful individual with a lifestyle brand that has been kicking ass for a number of years and a successful acting career behind her, evidently has taken exception to the upstart that is this one's wife. Not only will she find her pretensions of being A-list quality laughable, but also she wants to ensure that there is no muscling in on her territory by the shitty American Riviera Orchard lifestyle brand. And hitherto, as reported in parts passim, Paltrow hosted a well-organised and slick evening at her property with numerous people who were meant to be chums of this one's wife to promote her own lifestyle brand and a tie-up with an Italian company. That got great publicity, and it contained various snarks directed at this one's wife in relation to talking about American Riviera and photographs under the lemon trees. It was quite clear that Gwyneth Paltrow knew full well that this was going to be directed at this one's wife and people would pick up on it. But she hasn't stopped there. You'll recall that earlier this week it was Princess Lilibet's birthday, her third birthday. And yet, her birthday wasn't actually celebrated on the day. Purportedly, there was a bash that took place at the weekend, although, whilst this one's wife allowed it to be known through People, one of the supine publications, that a birthday bash was indeed held, thus enabling her to assert control, draw fuel and manage the facade as supposedly being a good mother, no other real details have been provided about the birthday. No information was provided as to what presents there were, where it actually took place, what the theme was. There was some reference made to some of the guests, and it was suggested, and I believe that this came from Tom Quinn, that Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom were in attendance as supposed neighbours and friends. This information will have undoubtedly been placed by this one's wife in order to make her look popular. Remember, as a narcissist, she acquires character traits from other famous individuals by making her look good as a consequence of hanging out with them. Thus, she wants to ensure the world knows that she's popular and she can attract people, so she has it known that Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom were in attendance. However, as is often the case for this one's wife, what she attempts to do in the moment to assert control and draw fuel has a collateral consequence, and once again emphasises the fact that she is not a Machiavellian calculating character, but a narcissist that is unaware and operates in an instinctive haphazard fashion. Because internet sleuths quickly worked out that there was no way that Katy Perry could be there because she was performing in Cannes, in France, on the Friday night, which meant that she would be travelling on the Saturday and therefore could not attend any party. Thus, people naturally treating with suspicion and cynicism the behaviour of this one's wife looked at that and thought, nah, I don't think there was actually a party. And I certainly don't think that Katy Perry was there. Let's find out what Katy Perry was up to. Oh, will you look at that? She was in Cannes, in France. So if she was in France on the Friday night, there's no way she could have been back in California on the Saturday. She doesn't own a spaceship. Right. So therefore that's a porky pie that's been fed by this one's wife, quelle surprise. But it goes further than that, because evidently Gwyneth Paltrow was aware of this porky pie that has been told by this one's wife and decided that she would show this one's wife up all the more, because this one's wife is painted black. And as a consequence of this, Gwyneth Paltrow was photographed on the Sunday i.e. the day after the supposed birthday party, with an article with photographs that appeared in the Mail. Terry Zeller and Amy Lamar reported Gwyneth Paltrow brings mum Blythe Danner, 81, and husband Brad Falchuk's mum on fun outing with Katy Perry and her daughter Daisy, 3, to Botanical Gardens in Santa Barbara. Ho, ho, ho! Katy Perry didn't go to the party, but she was hanging out with Gwyneth Paltrow and the children. This is clearly an act by Gwyneth Paltrow to troll this one's wife, to say, she didn't attend any birthday party with you. She doesn't even like you. But here she is with me. I've got more pulling power, and I'm going to draw attention to the fact that she was with me, and I've got the receipts, as we say these days. Look, here are some photographs. Gwyneth Paltrow treated her family to a fun-filled outing with another A-list celebrity on Sunday. The 51-year-old Oscar winner, who recently opened up about becoming an empty nester, was spotted with her husband Brad Falchuk, her mother-in-law Nancy Falchuk, and her mum Blythe Danner, as they met up with Katy Perry and Katy's 3-year-old daughter Daisy. The group embarked on an adventure at the renowned Lotus Land Botanical Gardens, nestled in the picturesque hillsides of Santa Barbara. Dressed in a chic black puffer jacket, the Shakespeare-in-Love actress flashed her megawatt smile as she welcomed the fireworks singer and her adorable tot at the entrance of the park. Katy, 39, opted for a relaxed look, wearing a taupe baseball cap pulled low, a loose grey sweatshirt, and a crossbody bag. Gwyneth's elegant 81-year-old mother, an acclaimed actress in her own right, stood aside, studying a map of the lush 37-acre garden. Brad, meanwhile, looked handsome in a brown corduroy shirt jacket, as his gorgeous mum rocked a white polo, faded denim, and black winter jacket. Gwyneth and Brad had been married since 2018, and last month the actress posted a loving tribute to him in honour of his birthday. Yada yada. More information about that, which isn't entirely relevant. Then goes on about being an empty nester, which again isn't entirely relevant to the article. But what is relevant is the fact that she ensured that she was pictured. And do you know who took the pictures? It was Backgrid, this one's wife's favoured pap outfit. Brilliant trolling by Gwyneth Paltrow, who has naturally utilised this for the purposes of asserting control herself over a readership and viewership learning about this, but moreover, to poke fun at this one's wife to demonstrate that Katy Perry wasn't with her at the supposed birthday party because Katy Perry couldn't give two hoots about this one's wife and instead would much rather hang out with Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow flexes and shows her star power in being able to have another A-lister with her, whilst demonstrating that once again, this one's wife has failed. This, of course, would have resulted in much screaming in Monty's shitshow upon knowing that this article had appeared. Plates will have been smashed, the remaining jars of jam that were never actually sent out will have been thrown at Harry's head. And yet again, this one's wife is wounded as a consequence of the collateral consequences of her own inability to keep stories straight. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.